Page 1. Once upon a time, there was a state, Nurgar, where the king Shahanshah Farhad was famous for his justice. There was peace everywhere, but there was a pain hidden in the heart of this king, his wife, many years ago. She was killed in a conspiracy, and her killer has not been found to this day. Page 2. The king had only one daughter, Princess Zainab. Tender-hearted, beautiful, and very clever. The king loved her very much. The princess's age is happy. She had become eligible, but the king rejected every proposal. The courtiers were surprised that the king did not want to marry off his daughter. Page 3. There was a minister in the palace, Prime Minister Khawar, apparently loyal, but in his heart there was great cunning hidden. Khawar was close to the king, but in reality, he was the mastermind behind the murder of that queen. Page 4. One day the princess came to the king and said, "Father, I want to get married." The king told her turned off, but that night the king saw his late wife in a dream. She said, "My killer is in the palace. Save Zainab." Page 5. The king woke up in the morning with a fear in his heart. He sent a secret spy to the vizier. He ordered the surveillance of the east. A few days later, the spy returned and revealed such a truth that the ground slipped from under the king's feet. Page 6. The spy said, "Khawar himself is the killer of the queen, and now he wants to kill the princess and ascend the throne. Wants to seize." The king, calling Khawar, said, "Will you marry the princess?" Khawar was startled, but seeing the opportunity, immediately agreed. Page 7. The king announced that Khawar and the princess would be engaged. Palace me. The preparations for the wedding began, but in reality, this was going to be the last game for Khawar. Page 8. On the night of the engagement, the princess offered Khawar a bowl containing poison. The princess said, "This is the first of your name. It's a souvenir." Khawar panicked, but the king came to the door and said, "We know everything. Now this is the punishment for your crime." Page 9. Khawar was arrested. Then the king announced in front of the whole state, "We will marry my daughter to a person who is not only brave but also true and honest." Page 10. A few months later, Princess Zainab married a common soldier, a symbol of loyalty, courage, and love. The city once again became the cradle of peace, and the king finally breathed a sigh of relief seeing his daughter happy.